Yo, what's good, YouTube? It's Stories of Yanko back here with another video, and I know this is something new, and honestly, I'm kind of running late, so we really need to skip the intro. But I was talking about doing motorcycle content. This is my 2025 YZF R9. You know, most people just call it the R9, but we are going to a bike meet, and I'm kind of running late, but hopefully by the time I get out there, everybody's still out there. You're going to see a bunch of different bikes if they're still out there. But, you know, this is my first video on it. Hopefully you guys enjoy it, and let's get to it. So, we're on our way to a bike meet in Huntsville, Georgia, and I'm pretty sure I won't be the only late person there. But just a little bit of backstory on my riding history before, you know, I get into why I have the Yamaha R9. So basically, I started off, you know, just one of these people who wanted to ride bikes pretty much my whole life, but I was honestly scared, you know. I wanted to commit to e-bikes and everything else, and just not really fully commit to the idea of getting a motorcycle, because I thought it would be dangerous, you know. Everybody thinks it's dangerous, and you know what, it absolutely is. And you know, like it's just a lot to go on, and everybody, you know, like if you really want to do something, you know, you gotta dedicate yourself to it. So I decided that I wanted to get into motorcycles finally. So my friend Jeremy, you know, he'll probably be watching this video. He had a Rebel 500, and that's where I learned how to ride. I learned how to ride on his Rebel 500. The bike was, I only rode it for a few times though, just to get the hang of riding. And once I got down, you know, the mechanics and just got down my muscle memory, I pretty much gave the bike back to him. And you know, I didn't ride a bike for a while, and then I decided that I wanted to get a bike, and that's when I decided to get an R7. I was looking into even getting an R6 as my first bike. An R6 as my first bike, you know. And you know, like I was really leaning into it, wanting a super sport, and I probably should have still went that way in hindsight, but anybody can say that after they've gotten good, riding different bikes, a Rebel 500 or, you know, R7. Anybody can say that. But I went and got the R7. It was a 2024 all black Raven, and I had a good experience with the bike. I got a flash bike, two-wheel Dynaworks. Then I got the M4 exhaust, all that stuff. It was extremely loud, fun bike, but I outgrew it very fast. So I wanted something different, and I was looking into getting a ZX6R, and I was like, you know what, that's going to be my next bike. I had my heart completely set on it. Completely set on it. Like, I thought the bike looked amazing. I wanted the white and red one. Oh man, I'm trying not to think about it, but yeah, I wanted that bike. And then they announced the R9. So the R9 got announced, and it was the worst kept secret in all of the motorcycle industry. So a lot of people, they had like deposits down on it that I didn't know, but I went and put my deposit down at my local dealership. And if you don't know, like, I'm in Savannah, Georgia, you know, but shout out to Savannah Yamaha, you know, shout out to AJ. But I put my deposit down, and everything seemed to be going good, and you know, we were getting updates, and then they said that my bike was going to get delayed. I'm talking about, this is after months of waiting. This is after months of waiting, dog. Hold on real quick. Alright, I was interrupted by my homeboy calling me. Also, he has a Ninja 650, but I forgot what I was saying. Basically, my R9 got delayed, right? So I'm just like completely devastated. Like, I'm like, bro, I waited months to get this bike. I waited months, and you know, like I was over it. I was about to get me a ZX6R, and then that's when I saw a listing for an all-black R9, which is the one I had a deposit down on. Not the same R9, of course. Follow along. You feel me? Stop asking questions. But anyway, it was an R9 in Jacksonville, Florida, and me and my homeboy, we just rode up there to see what they was talking about. They took in my R7. Now, did I, you know, have negative equity? Of course I did. I outgrew the fucking bike in less than a year. But, you know, I got the bike that I wanted, and as you see, I have an exhaust on it. Hold on real quick. I do have more of a street squid type of riding style, if I'm being honest. But, you know, it just, hey, it is what it is. But, yeah. I went up there, I got my R9, and it's been pretty fire. If I'm being honest, I didn't think that I was going to end up making content on it, but, you know, my homeboy B pushed me to kind of make content. You know, hopefully you guys can, you know, get me monetized so I can get ramen noodles, you know, like, you know, that's what I need. That's actually B texting me right there, if you guys can see that. Like, you know, like, that's, you know, the nigga, hey, anyway, but hopefully you guys, you know, can help me grow this channel so I can make sure I got ramen noodles in the house. That's the goal, to make sure we got ramen noodles, okay? But pretty much, I'm on my way to this bike meet, and it's just going to be super exciting to see other people see this bike, because anytime other people see it, when I just pull up to, you know, where a whole bunch of other bikes are, people are, you know, fixated on this bike because they've never seen it in person. It has a lot of hype behind it. You know, is it worth the hype? I haven't gotten an ECU flash, so I will be working on getting that. And it's actually been a minute since I've gotten on my bike, so you know, I wouldn't say I'm rusty. I'm definitely rusty at wheelies. I haven't popped a wheelie on this bike just yet. Oh yeah, let's go. Hold on. Yeah, man, this is a very fun bike. So far, it's good. I'm just really excited just to ride with other people. My boy B, he actually has a Yamaha R9 also. He has an R9 also, and same color, everything. Because I mean, you know, like, everybody wanted an R9. Don't let nobody sit up here and lie to you and say that they didn't want an R9. They just couldn't get the R9. Let's go ahead and get that clear. And eventually y'all may see me on a leader bike. Who knows, man? Who knows what the future may hold? But I'm just gonna sit up here and say that this bike right here, I'm not disappointed with it. I'm not disappointed with it. I have no need to want a R6 or another bike right now. Y'all hear that? Like, you know, that CP3? Hey, man. Yeah, like, and the quick shifter is smooth. Like, I've never had a bike with a quick shifter, but keep in mind I came from a R7, and, you know, before that it was a Rebel 500. So I don't have much bike experience in terms of variety of bikes, but I did ride Germ's 636 a lot because I outgrew my R7 and I didn't want to ride it anymore. And pretty much this bike right here is everything I want. It has cruise control. You know, I don't use it that often because I need to be engaged, but the quick shifter is my favorite feature for this bike. What else? It has so many things that I haven't really even used yet, if I'm gonna keep it real. But, you know, I just know that I was getting my money's worth, and we got to start thinking about getting our money's worth instead of just thinking about, oh, what's hype. Because it just seems like every single time it was a video on the R9, you got R6 fanboys, oh, it'll never be the R6. It's like, oh my god, it'll never be the R6. Well, motherfucker, go buy an R6. Go buy an R6. Go buy an R6. Stop talking about a bike that you claim you don't like or claim you don't want. Stop talking about it. You know, like, the people that want the bike are going to get the bike. And I'm not, you know, hurt or anything by it. It's just, I just thought it was kind of corny. Why are you talking about a bike that you claim that you don't like? So yeah, and if you guys are curious about how long I've been riding for 3 years. So I'm kind of like intermediate, but due to my devilish ways, me trying to pop wheelies and stuff like that, just being a little bit more dangerous, like, well, risky, let's say that. Being a little bit more risky, it made me a better rider overall because I wasn't scared of the bike that I was riding. All right, let's get it. Y'all ready? Hopefully people are still out there, because they like to have these bike meets and like they'll show up like for 30 minutes and then just leave, and now the people that showed up a little bit late, they're like, what the hell is going on here? I was one of those people. So you know, hopefully they are there. And funny thing about this bike meet spot, this is actually where I went to my first bike meet, and I haven't been to many bike meets. I've been to probably 4. I've been to like 4, and this was the first one. The location that I went to was this Walmart out here in Hinesville. It's a whole bunch of bikes, and even back when I had my R7, you know, that got a lot of attention because for some reason people still hadn't seen an R7. Oh, I guess he acts like, where did I find one of these? See, I told you, like, it grabs attention. Where did you find one of these? Florida. No, hell no. You said where? In Florida. That is nice. I'm saying. Yes. Give me the gear. Hey, how much? Huh? How much? Did I pay for it? Yeah. 15. How much? 15 out the door. That's cash out the door? Yeah. I paid 11 for my 7. For your what? My blue R7. You paid 11? I paid 11 cash. Yeah, that's the same that I paid for my R7. Dude, they came out with these just after I bought that. Wow. And I wanted a bike right then and there. Yeah, it's like me. I would definitely go back, and I would have gotten a 636 over it. Where's your bike at? Oh man. I think it was somewhere around here. I can't remember. You the only person I know with one though. So. That sounds nice. There we go. Okay, black helmet. Yeah. Yeah, it was you. It was you because I was like, the person had a black helmet. Yeah, it was definitely you. All right, what we got over here? We got a lot of good bikes, man. CBR right here. Man, look at this. Look at this. 1000 R7. R6. CBR. This looks like Jess' bike. He may have sold it. Gixxer 750. What's up? We got the 636. We got the CBR 650. Yeah, but you know, you see how much attention the R9 getting. Like, people fuck with it, bro. People fuck with it. It's like, it's the only R9 out here, so it grabs attention. You feel me? Whew. Yeah.
Do you have a Editor Yonko here. As you can see, my Asian friend is pointing at my exhaust system. And if you don't know, the Akrapovic system comes with 2 O2 sensor plugs. And one you need to block off, and the other which the actual O2 sensor goes in. But my O2 sensor block off fell off, I guess, when I was riding on the way to the meet. And, you know, it was kind of weird because I didn't notice it. But for the rest of the video, I kind of went on this wild goose chase, going to different stores to try to find an O2 sensor block off. I couldn't find it, so I had to order it from Amazon, and just, you know, trying to explain that before I get back to the video, because I'm about to skip all of this. God damn it, it fell off. It fell off? Fuck. Like, one of the guys, like, he got a CBR 1000. He would have burned my shit though. It's all good. Yeah. What was I saying? Yeah. What separates me from a lot of these other creators is that I'm black. You know, as you guys can see, I don't know if you're disappointed. But yeah, I'm black. You feel me? Not just any type of black. I'm talking about when the bill collector calls, your mama told you not to pick up. You know? Type of black. You feel me? The type of black where your mama told you to ignore Jehovah's Witnesses. You know? You feel me? The type of black that your mama put a light bill in your name. You feel me? That type of black. You know? So that's what separates me from a lot of y'all. And you know, you're gonna be able to see my niggatry throughout my content. You know, even if you're white, Asian, Indian, I'm just being funny. Like, you know, don't take any offense to it. You know, this is how black people joke around. So don't get your panties in a bunch. I'm leaving out of Lowe's. I checked AutoZone and Advanced Auto Parts. They don't have a O2 sensor block off, so I'm kind of cooked. What a way to start off, you know, your motovlog career, right? But yeah, it's all good. It's probably been off for a little minute and I didn't notice, but I'm just gonna order one from Amazon and it should be here in maybe a day or two, maybe overnight, and I can go ahead and just put it on the bike. But you know, I made it this far without it, no problems or issues, but I don't like that. But hey man, we gotta hurry up and get back to the city before the storage closes, so let's get to it. You know, I had to get some fuel. Definitely get that 93 for sports bikes. Yeah, I need to get this flash because that fan keeps coming on early. But maybe I should like do some questions with myself that people may have regarding this bike. Should you start off on it as a beginner? You see I almost tripped right there because of the decline. I didn't even see it right there. But should you start off on it as a beginner? Should you? Probably not, just depending on what your money looking like. Or like, you know, how good you learn things fast. All that stuff plays into a factor because me, I regret getting my R7 because I still owed money on it and I had negative equity and I outgrew the bike in pretty much 3.5 months, if I'm being honest with you. I'm just naturally good at learning things fast, but I knew how to ride a bike, but I didn't have much riding experience, if you feel me. But should you get it as a beginner bike? You could. My boy B has it and he's pretty much a beginner. It's not too much. I don't know what it feels like flash in order to give a definitive answer on should you start on it or should you just get something like a Ninja 400. I always either recommend getting the cheapest option to get the mechanics down, like just learning how to ride, and then upgrading to something like a 600 or starting on a 600. I don't recommend getting anything like a R7, Daytona 660, CBR 650, Kawasaki Ninja 650, which happens to be the most common bike that people start off on. I don't recommend getting any of those bikes anymore. None of them, because
they're too expensive out the door, and it's like you can outgrow them very fast. But you can also be content with it. I know two people, my boy Bray and a girl named DJ. They're content with their bikes. Like, they don't really go too fast like me and my boys, but they're content with their speed. So they're not looking to upgrade anytime soon, and if they are, you know, it's in the distant future. So I would recommend anybody who wants to start off on an R9, just make sure it's what you really want. Just make sure that you don't leave anything in your heart, anything yearning to say like, oh man, I wish I would have got a 636. Because me, at times, I do wish I had an inline 4. I like the inline 4. I don't wish that I had a twin anymore. I didn't really like the twin over the triple or the inline 4. But just make sure it's exactly what you want, and just adopt good riding habits if you're a beginner. Like, always keep 2 fingers on the clutch, as I always do. Yeah, man. And also, if you're considering getting this bike, insurance is expensive. You got to make sure that you find a place like State Farm. I've never gone with State Farm ever. Now, honestly, if I'm keeping it real with y'all, I'm riding dirty right now. I don't have any insurance on this. Like, you feel me? I told y'all, I'm a nigga. I told y'all. You feel me? I told y'all. Don't be surprised with what you see on the channel. But they get a quote for me, because everywhere else, like Vroom is supposed to be the broke boy type of insurance, and I have Vroom because I'm a broke boy. Okay, so I went with Vroom for my R7, and it was good. It was like $150 a month. That was pretty solid for the CCs. But they classify this bike as a leader bike, so you're like, you know, you're paying leader bike premiums. That's what you're paying for. Like, yeah, the CCs are high, but it's a triple. It's not an inline 4. I can understand if it was an inline 4 because it would be a leader bike, right? But I recommend you guys go with something like Geico or State Farm, because if you bundle up, then you can get your car. If you have a car, you should have a car. Unless you're in college and, you know, you're just a kid, a bike shouldn't be your primary source of transportation, in my opinion. I would love for it to be mine, but it rains and it gets cold and icy out here in Georgia. It's all over the place, and it's hot as hell at times. Sometimes you want to be in a car, AC, all that stuff, right? So, you know, but I wouldn't mind if it was my daily rider. I wouldn't mind if it was my daily rider. So you guys want to make sure you guys find the proper insurance. I know this video is going to be kind of long. I'm not going to hold you because I'm on the way back to Savannah right now. I have to get a new O2 sensor, and I have to make the storage time. The storage closes at 10, and it says I'll be there at 9:18, probably like 9:10. You feel me? 9:10. You know, you feel me? I'm gonna get those. You feel me? I'm gonna go. But yeah. That's pretty much the questions that you have for me as a beginner. Ask anything down in the comment section, you know. Usually I'm comfortable with riding and talking. Like, this is natural for me. Boy B say I'm a chatterbox, you feel me? But don't approach me in person, because I'm kind of swole. You feel me? I'm kind of swole, you feel me? You feel me? I'm like, whoop, whoop. You know, I know how to box and shit, you know. But, yeah, man. There's going to be more videos coming out. And I'm about to lose the sunlight anyway. So that's probably the end of this video. I want to say thank you guys for watching. Thank you guys for, you know, probably commenting. I don't know how many views this is going to get, but one thing I'm definitely going to promise to you guys, I'm going to be way more consistent than any of these other guys that got an R9, because honestly, you got some people that put out a video talking about, oh, top speed of the R9, and they created this whole false narrative about the R9. Not because they did it intentionally, but because they were so quick to try to be the first instead of being correct. Y'all know who I'm talking about. And if you see this, I'm talking about your ass. You feel me? So basically, I want to be as consistent as possible. I want to actually give like entertaining videos, not just this riding around shit. Like, you know, I'm gonna talk to y'all. You feel me? I'm gonna talk to y'all because, you know, I'm a nigga. You know, I'm gonna talk to y'all. I'm gonna get around. That's South Carolina, so. Okay, I thought that was a police car, you know, I ain't gonna hold you. Let me get up. Feel me? Like, you know, they be out there on my cars. And I live in Georgia, so, you know, GSP and them boys. But anyway, like I said, I'm going to be the most consistent R9 creator. Probably the best. So you guys sub up to the channel. I'm going to try to upload two videos a week. Or if not one, you know, because I'm a truck driver also. I got a CDL. So, you know me, like, I got a lot to lose in this. But guess what? I'm trying to become a barber too. I am very long-winded. Let me end this fucking video. Because it's gonna get dark and you guys ain't gonna be able to see shit. So thank you guys for watching this video. If you do watch it, like, share, subscribe, you know, all that stuff that YouTubers tell you to do. I'm just a black guy on a motorcycle. So anyway.